I don't know if people, maybe I'm paranoid, but I noticed that Jason Greystone and Akil Stokes both made videos recently. Akil Stokes saying, oh, well, we got these trollers, and then Greystone saying, people that are, I don't see why any professional trader knows that they're not out criticizing other traders. Okay, well, I'm the exception that proves the rule. I'm a professional trader, and I've got time because I've made so much money. I've got time to peruse the internet. It's oddly enough, I'm online trading, so when I'm waiting for the market to fill or waiting for something to happen or I get bored, I want to see how the other half lives. So you can get the Constellation course for the low price of $2,495. You can also get the advanced pattern trading at $849. Both of those combined, of course, the funniest video in the world has got to be Jason Greystone selling the advanced pattern and saying, he broke this chunk off here. 3 hours, right? 3 hours, do the math. 800, you can watch it over and over again, get your money's worth. Complete bullshit. Now, here is the thing I've been promising. This is the founder. This is the intellectual. This is where all this stuff came from. This is the template that Jason Stapleton adopted because he's better looking, I think, than Todd Brown. So Todd Brown it's Greystone and Brown are the founders. Now, what's so funny when I stumbled across this, because I looked up the founders of that. And when I came this, I thought I was listening to a southern version of Jason Stapleton.
Traders, Todd Brown here from the Trading Authority. I'm a trading mentor, and we are coming at you today for the first in a 5-part series.
Coming at you.
Where we're going to debunk some of the 5 myths of trading. All right, and one of the first ones that we want to talk about today is the fact that patterns just don't work. Okay, patterns
well, they work if you work them. It's just like AA.
Absolutely work. In fact, the beautiful part about patterns is they work in all time frames, in all market conditions. One of the things I want you to consider is,
well, let's not get carried away,
that when you are looking at trading patterns, one of the things that I teach constantly to traders is master a signal, and then you can
master a signal. This is incredible.
Diversify across and apply it to multiple markets. Okay, so if you master a signal, or in this case, master a pattern, then you can go look for that pattern or the evidence of that pattern presented itself in any time frame in any market.
Now that sounds logical, but we all know that's impossible. Because if that was true, we'd write a robot that did that. It takes a little bit more than that. You got to know exactly the risk, the stop, how big, how many orders, what if you're wrong, and what if you built your whole thing on bullshit? Then what?
So the first thing that we'll talk about is a wedge pattern. An ascending wedge typically leads into double tops. We're looking for turning point patterns, places where we feel like the market might hit a point of...
I feel like it. Because I feel like it.
...of exhaustion, regardless of the directional...
I'm tired.
...price move. Now, a classic double top sets up, obviously, like you see right here, with a test of a high, followed by a pullback to a higher low, and then a retest of that high. So this is a classic symmetrical double top. We have...
Notice the symmetry here. So when they saw that Gartley, they said, oh my God, we've got it. The Gartley, that's symmetry. Huh. See where this all came from? So you have to see the derivation of this to really get the whole skinny...
Price symmetry here.
Price symmetry? All my girls have their ears balanced out on either side of their face.
And we have time symmetry.
And if not, I take the plastic surgeon.
If we took the center of this, we see the exact number of candles going to the retest on the right
side.
Look,
the exact number of candles. Did everybody hear that? Precision, exactness. Anybody seen the market kind of be a little sloppy?
As we saw on the failure and the pullback right here to the middle. Now, when we have double tops present, you can visually see these in the chart in any time frame. What I always teach is to look left right here because structure leaves clues.
Look left, structure leaves clues. Ever heard that before from the Empowered Trading Group? So, I mean, how they're just taking a template of some guy that doesn't look that good. Give it to a Hollywood guy. He adopted it. I'll be your spokesman. I look good.
Okay, this structure right here again is a visual representation for you, the trader, of what other...
It's a visual, not for me, the trader. Listen, don't talk down to me. I'm a fucking troll, damn it.
Other traders in this market are thinking. So when we see a double top high, we see price rejection, price rejection. The sellers came into the market. The market pulled back here, and here we see price support. This is where they bid it back up. And when we see these two things present, then you can look left and see a low to low trend line present, followed by a third test to add confirmation. And now this is going to set up an ascending wedge. Now for us, we're looking for a failure pattern because of the double tops. Okay, so.
But you can all see the trades you missed right here. Isn't it obvious that everybody's like, Man, I wish I would have bought here and rode it all the way up here. I got 2 dojis, and man, I wish I would have sold the top here. I wish I had sell stops up here so I could take money all the way back to here. Man, look, if I had a sell limit on that wick. Oh boy, what if I bought down here at this previous top? And what if? This is all letting up. This is all confirmation leading up to one fucking execution. This is why these guys in power trading got their head fucking so stuffed up their ass. You could drop $8,000 at their site. Anybody been in power trading site? How can these guys get away with this shit? Check them out. And go to Forex Peace Army. See these guys written up how they suck. It's terrible. It's malpractice.
This is an aggressive sell.
Aggressive sell.
We call this a kiss of death sell. KOD.
Kiss of death. Does this sound familiar to anybody? This is from 2009.
Is the acronym that we use. Now the second step in the kiss of death sell, after the double top has been put in,
does she have lipstick?
Or the triple top, which you see right here, now we want to see a failure of the low-to-low trend line. So right here is where the market fails, and now it takes out the low-to-low trend line extension. Okay, and then I call this held trades. I want to see that the market actually holds trades below that area. And again, regardless of the time.
Look at the amount of confirmation involved in here. Is anybody just like wondering when is the trade going to happen?
Frame, regardless of the market, these held trades can represent a confirmation now and a setup for a trading signal.
And then the signal comes after the confirmation, after the setup. My God, see this. Is it, anybody see anything wrong with this?
Okay, so we start with the double top. The double top, we look left to a low to low to low trend line. We look for the extension on that trend line, and then in the second chart, we see that the market participants sold it enough to break that structure support. Now, what we're looking for here for the signal is a rally back into the point of confluence where that horizontal structure resistance meets this low-to-low trend line extension. That's the short entry right there. Now, as I go to the next one, this is part of the manual that we use in the course. I pull into the next slide, you'll see that the market has done just that. Now, again, it's retained some of its structure. You see that we've broken this higher low when the market pulls back to here. This prior higher low is still intact. So you take the highs of the double tops and then employ what I call the number rounding strategy, have limit order sells resting, and then typically the stop is a 1-to-1 risk profile, stop versus the target.
1-to-1. He's actually telling you what style order he's going to put in there. Fucking amazing.
Identify the target, take the...
And once again, nonsense oscillators at the bottom. Incredible, man. You could take a template. It just goes to show you can take a song that was recorded kind of badly and re-record it, just like these movies. You go to the movie theater, just rehash shit. Any original thinking out there left?
Swing lows right here that produces the sideways channel, and this is the base of the channel. This is the swing high and the resistance. So as the market pulls back, the target one would be 587.50s, and you can see here the short entries are around 589, thus it's about 1.5 points of risk versus 1.5 points of reward. That's a 1-to-1 ratio.
What if it keeps going up? Then what? All that hard work I just put in there. Jesus. Now the signal for the sell.
Move into the next slide. You'll see the market pulls back after the test at 589.30s. It pulls back to 88. Okay, so didn't quite get the 1.5 target.
Oof. Now, wait a second. Did he short that? So he's range trading it. Why didn't he take the signals back here? He could have drawn the same trend line here. Too much data on the screen already.
Rallies back into 89.50 right here. And now in a darker black solid line, I've shown you another low-to-low trend line extension.
Why did he buy at the trend line and ride it to there? Right?
So they're still maintaining a bit of that bullish sentiment here. But again, the bears are coming in and defending the 589.30 to 589.50. A break below this low-to-low trend line is going to pay the scalping contract. And then obviously look for the trading contract, the second of a 2-contract trade.
Well, at least he's got something there. But you can see he overthought this. He needs more than 2 contracts. See, that's his most empowered trading will trade is 2 contracts. That's their limit.
The market moves lower. And then on this final slide right here, you'll see even after the 4th test, the market finally...
But even power trading doesn't even hold on to this premise of a scalping target and a trading and another contract. So they've already, it's like that old, you tell a story, right? By the time it gets the other, it's complete. So scalper pays the fear and pays The greed now trails stops. Oh, okay.
It does give way. The bears take over. The market presses down into 587.50. That pays $150 in the mini Russell 2000 contract. And at this point, as soon as the scalping contract target is hit, traders are taught to cancel and then replace protective stops. The market presses now down into 586.30s, and right now moves back into a sideways trade. So, visual price patterns. Now we'll look at one more thing, and we'll look about the trading psychology. It's imperative that you can manage your trading state. So, in order to pick this pattern up, it requires you move through the 4 levels of competence. And these are very basic levels of competence that go across
Coffee, beer, a nap.
any skill that you would pick up or learn. Obviously, trading in and of itself is a skill. So regardless if you're talking about a golf swing, playing tennis, you're talking about your current position, if you were to go out and start a new job tomorrow, you're going to start out typically unconscious incompetence. You don't know that you don't know. I call this stage ignorance is bliss. Very quickly, we move to conscious incompetence. Now we know that we don't know. We know there's a lot of information. And for traders, normally that's where traders get stuck. We try to go back out. We try to read more information about the technicals. We look at more stuff for indicators. Typically, it's a futile effort because, again, it's about managing your trading state. If we finally do get to a point where we see a trading signal that makes sense, we invest the time to go through repetitions and start to learn that particular pattern or that particular signal, like this ascending wedge or like the double bottoms or the head.
Too complicated. Just too complicated. And everything's premised on that. When he says, some of what he says here is true, it's your mental state, but you're trying to build confidence on this pattern. How many times does this pattern fail?
Shoulders that I'll teach in an upcoming video. Then, through repetitions, you can achieve that final level, which is unconscious confidence. Traders, hear me when I say this. It's imperative that you get to a point with your trading state mentally where you can literally, no differently than if you're driving down the road, you've got the cell phone in one ear, you got your hand on the steering wheel, okay? And literally, out of the corner of your eye, you see the light go from green to yellow, and automatically your foot goes from the accelerator to the brake. That's your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is what's controlling your heartbeat right now, your breathing patterns. You don't have to think about that. That's how you got to get your trading. You got to get your trading to the point where when you see this particular pattern, it has meaning. You have a belief about the value of that pattern. More importantly, you have a neuroassociation attached to what action you take when that pattern presents itself. And the only way you arrive there is through consistent repetitions. So keep that in mind as we continue through the series. Ascending wedge pattern right here after a double top, a beautiful kiss of death cell. We'll look at the inverted version of this, which would be a kiss of life long entry, and then we'll do some more.
Kiss of life. I never thought about that. Kiss of death, kiss of life.
Pattern analysis and some more teaching on patterns and how to take your trading from where it is to where you want it to be. Until then, trade what you see.
If you feel the preceding video was a valuable tool to you, we'd like to encourage you to go deeper by visiting our website at thetradingauthority.com. Click on the free live room trial button to receive.
Go deeper, go home. Well, there you go. That's where I'll start. And Todd Brown, it's too bad they didn't take his whole premise with the scalp and everything and the money management and bring that forward. But that's what happens. People lose the original meaning of stuff, you know. Interesting. But gosh, I mean, those guys are selling courses like syndicates and constellations, and it's incredible. What a racket. I just don't know how, it's so unethical though. So what Jason Greystone says, well, people that do. Yeah, but if that was true, then why are you saying that back to the trolls? Why are you commenting on trolls if it doesn't matter? Why are you even selling stuff and coaching people? Just ruining their lives.